Welcome back to Shadows Over Loathing. We're chilling in this very warm environment, this sexy, steamy room. And I basically am just gonna follow every branch there is here. It's a little bit of a maze on campus, which does in many ways feel reflective of real-life college experience when you're brand new to anything. And it seems like easy to get lost, so I kind of like having something like this basement that's probably a little bit more confined, because like there is so many doors in this campus, not all of them work, and it's just a lot. The door won't budge. The spider wing maintenance. Nothing. This Athena terminal seems to have blown a fuse. Hey, look at that. We have one on hand. It crackles to life. You hear a thump as the door's internal lock disengages. See what's behind door number 1. It was the only door. Test door. Oh. Okay, so we're in the basement, aren't we? And we're coming back around to the test door? This strange looking machine seems to be broken. And a nondescript looking locker. Very tall and skinny. Ooh, treasure. The SIT barometer necklace. Thanks to this, you'll never again suffer the agony of not knowing exactly what the ambient air pressure is. Oh my god, it's a dream. It's a dream gift. That's all I've ever wanted, is to know the ambient air pressure at all times. Thank goodness, what a godsend. The accessory, it's the exact same as this one that I already have. Alright, there's a lot of overlap in the functionality of weapons. The door is painted shut from this side. So it's just, if I inspected it from the other side, which I'm immediately breaking my plan of never leaving that. Oh my god, okay, it's the test door is going to be harder to find. Unless it's like right here. Oh god, I think it's in a whole other wing, which I guess makes sense, I think, because I think I was over in the spider wing. We'll worry about that some other time. Find out the other half of that joke another day. Really though, I guess the fuse allowed me to get that item. That's what I actually got out of there. The Hex Rock Mines. Attention, according to the Hex Rock Quarry, it is prohibited except with written permission from the Geology Department or a very good reason. Oh, access? Did I say accept? Access to it. My reason is good. I have a good reason, I swear. The trapdoor at the top seems to be barred from the other side. So is so much of this just about like quick access to different parts of campus rather than down here having specific stuff to like follow up on? Maybe it'll have the odd thing like this weird toxic place to get some grub. Very old man cover. Manhole cover? What? This manhole. The girl behind the counter gives you a sly, in the know kind of nod and wink. Haven't seen you in here before, bud. Welcome to the finest hash house in the whole underground restaurant scene. Underground restaurant scene? That's right. Wait, you ain't a copper, are ya? You gotta tell me if you are. No, I'm not a cop. Okay, copacetic. In that case, we got no beef. Got no beef anyway. It's a fish place. Ha ha. Ha ha. Poster on the wall there spells out the racket if you need an explainer. What can I get ya? Well, I'm pretty broke. A fish sandwich. I wonder where I could be getting money. I could go to the bar, the speakeasy or whatever, and get my money there. I don't know if I have any other like immediate easy ways of earning meat. Fish sandwich in a burrito style. A fish burrito. I'm not feeling it. A delicious fish-filled pillow to send your taste buds to Slumberland, where they will dream of grease-induced heart attacks. Increase muscle and mysticality by 1. Okay, now we're getting these combo items that are a little bit better. Fish sandwich in omelet style. Oh, everything is a fish sandwich. Eggs and bread are not so different, I suppose. Muscle and moxie. The samosa style, a foreign delight. How very cosmopolitan. I'm sure it's completely authentic to the traditional recipes. Mysticality and moxie. The stuffed pepper style. A bell pepper full of fish and cheese, just like God intended. Item drops and meat drops. That's pretty useful. Like maybe that's a good way to gather up meat, is with some of those things that raise that stat. And the forbidden fission soda. Do you know what? There was a headline like a day or two ago at this point, like December 12th-ish is what I'm like thinking, that someone like achieved some version of fission, and I didn't follow up on it very heavily. That's a headline that I probably should have clicked on and looked further into. Nah, I was too busy looking up information about new games. Increase all the armors by 2. Very, very useful and relatively cheap considering. It's time for me to, I think, start selling a bunch of random crap that I have some level of confidence that I'm probably not coming back to. Things that feel like they have not a lot of use, or things that I have a lot of. Like if I have the newest stuff on this end, then surely the stuff back here I can more readily sell. So I'm going to start selling a bunch of stuff that seems like I won't have a use for it. And I'll make a little bit of a note of how long it takes for the sake of my own editing. I don't know why I'm telling you that. I've regretted it. Whatever. It's too late now. I've regretted it because it's wasting time. I don't have as much random crap as I thought I did, and so much of it doesn't actually sell for that much. I have so many fairy cakes, that's kind of ridiculous. Oh, I have a lot of duplicates of a bunch of just random stuff there. That one's maybe good to have. So many of these spears and caps and things, what the heck? I like keeping one of things as much as possible. Why do I have so many fairy things? Kind of ridiculous. Okay, I sold kind of a lot of stuff, but now all of a sudden, oh good, if you just leave and come back, then most of it goes away. Things that are useful I seem to have stayed, but I could buy the Forbidden Fission Soda. Maybe that will be useful for chess specifically is kind of what I had in mind. Maybe the fish sandwich is something I would want someday. All of those seem relatively useful, actually. Yeah, I kind of think I will buy, like, one of everything. Then, I have those options, should I need them. The Pirate Restaurant Manifesto. We refuse to be stifled and shackled by the narrow definitions of sandwich imposed on us by the man. Well, should we go back to, like, the sandwich town or whatever it was at Crystal Dream Lake? There was a whole thing there that we could consult with professionals. By which we are specifically referring to Charles Chip Mann, owner and proprietor of the Greasy Spoon upstairs. To that end, we have taken control of this secret basement, as well as whatever ingredients we can filch and or finagle, to bring you the true taste of freedom, unfettered by hoity-toity cuisine conventions and municipal sanitation and hygiene requirements. It's a hell of a manifesto you got lined up there. Only one table. This place is either really exclusive or really unpopular. And then there's an even crappier thing, though. He's just a dishwasher. This guy seems pretty content, and I don't really know what he's doing under the table there, and I don't really need a different angle or a closer look. You're not an employee? Yes, I am. You're telling me you work here, in this hidden restaurant you just discovered, in town you've never been to before today. Yes. Okay, fine. I'm done arguing with you about stuff like this. We have every job we ever wanted, and ever needed, and ever will want or need. Somebody dropped a name badge here. It's an Employee of the Month badge with your name on it. Unbelievable. Again, don't question me, random narrator. The Pirate Restaurant badge. This is the badge you wear when you're at work at the Pirate Restaurant underneath Fission Chips. It says Grammy Assistant Manager right on it. Wow, high ranking. Employee responsible for cleaning this toilet has been shirking their duties. Ooh, big experience. Okay, smarty pants. There's a sign over the sink that says employees must wash hands. Since you're an employee, that means you, right? I'll wash them up. It's probably worth a perk or something. There you go. All clean and sanitary, which will be extremely safe for the customers of the restaurant when you're serving them food later during your shift because you work here. Yeah, okay, whatever, weirdo. I know what's up. I thought maybe they would want to talk to me now that we can prove that we work here. Apparently it's not of any immediate concern. Tools abandoned by some fleeing prankster, no doubt. See what they left us. Wow, they were really up to some serious prankery. The awl? If you see a pointy bit of metal with a wooden handle, that's an awl, folks. Ha ha ha. Chunk of lead, a little nugget of the 5th heaviest stuff in the universe, as far as anybody currently knows. Increase damage of a weapon by 1. Any weapon. By 1 type of damage. Doesn't have to be limited in any way. That's pretty impressive. And some of the anarchists' hardware. Like, the Sharply Nasty deals Mysticality plus 4 sleeves. And if I just throw a chunk of lead on there, you're currently wielding Sharpened Nasty Spoon. Yes. You attach the lead weight to your Sharpened Nasty Spoon, making it a lot heftier. Hefty Sharpened Nasty Spoon. Plus 5 sleeves. So it just add. I wasn't sure if it would add 1 physical or something, but no, it just adds to whatever it was already on. This door has a combination lock on it. We can't even try. We probably have to learn it somewhere first. There's a few hot flies buzzing around this vent because it goes up to fission chips, maybe. They just want some of that sweet, sweet chip goodness. I won't go in just yet. First, I'm going to look at this jukebox that's down here for some reason. Somebody has tapped into the steam pipe to power this radio. It's a nice level of ingenuity, but I don't know why. Oh, we really found a hell of a lab down here. Somebody appears to be living down here. I'm going to guess the guy who is here. A nervous-looking guy in his late 40s. He seems surprised to see you in his secret lab. Hi there, I'm Graeme. I'm Rufus. How'd you find this place? I think Rufus was our younger brother in West of Loathing. And he went off to be on his own, I guess, and he came to SIT. I was just kind of poking around in the steam tunnels, exploring, you know? Yeah, that's a popular pastime around here. The kids call it hacking. I guess I should have anticipated that when I set up this secret lab. Why do you have a secret lab? Was the department out of regular labs? I'm not actually supposed to be here at all. I used to teach here, but they let me go. Oh, what happened? Did they fire you for using the forbidden math? Not at all. SIT is the last place that would fire you for that. I was joking. They fired me because I didn't make tenure. I was too busy trying to find out what happened to my missing brother to publish any original research. Aw. Well, that hardly seems fair. It's probably just as well. I don't think I was cut out for being a professor anyway. Department politics are maximally bogus, as the students would say. That's some classic 1920s slang? So you set up this hidden lab to continue your search for your brother? Yeah, basically, although I'm taking a more roundabout route towards it now. What happened to your brother? He left home when I was 14 and headed north, like about 30-ish years ago. Well, we called it West back then. He spearheaded the expedition that pushed the Transcontinental Railroad all the way to Frisco. Wow. Yeah, he was kind of famous for a while. I used to get postcards from him all the time, but then one day, poof, just vanished off the face of the earth. I talked to all his friends from back then, but nobody knows where he went. My only guess is that he decided to keep heading north and hopped a ship. I couldn't get any passenger records dating that far back, though, so that was pretty much as far as it leads. It's too bad. What are you working on now? Well, this is going to sound crazy, but, you know, we have a saying here at SIT. Science that nobody understands is called magic, and science that only one person understands is called mad science. I see, so you're doing a little dabbling in the forbidden arts, eh? Oh, no, I checked the rule book thoroughly, and nothing specifically forbids what I'm doing. I get you, so what's the plan? Well, I mean, I've just met you. I hesitate to get anyone else mixed up in this. I'm pretty mixed up already. In the last few days, I've had to deal with fairies, time holes, shadow monsters, gross fishmen. Oh, you know about the fishmen. That's perfect. I can definitely use your help. I'm glad it wasn't the fairies you were interested in, although I pillaged them pretty thoroughly. I kind of had literally everything of theirs, it seemed. I am curious, but some other time maybe. What I'm focused on now is predictive quantum telecommunications. I'm gonna need you to explain that to me. I'm gonna need you to skip to the chase. You can try to explain it to me, sure. Well, there's this brand new field of physics called quantum mechanics. It's only a couple of years old, but if some of the theories pan out, it could be staggering. Maybe we should tell this guy about the fact that we've time traveled repeatedly. But the specific part that I'm interested in is that quantum particles appear to be able to communicate over long distances instantaneously. And I think that this might be an explanation for the magical concept of clairvoyance. You mean as in psychic stuff? Tarot cards, crystal balls? Crystal balls, yes, exactly. I'm trying to make a crystal ball that will show me where my brother is, and maybe even let me communicate with him. How can I help? Okay, well, all the fishmen in this region come from a single source called the Fish Mother, sort of like a queen bee, but fish. You know, this one creature that laid all the fishmen eggs, which is a little weird actually, biologically speaking, because that indicates a dangerous lack of genetic diversity. What? No, that's good to be mindful of. You don't want inbred fishmen. See, honeybees avoid inbreeding through an extremely high rate of genetic recombination, but the fishmen don't have that advantage, so one would think inbreeding would... What? Never mind, sorry, I got a little sidetracked there. The important thing is the Fish Mother is thought to have a sort of magical psycho link with all the fishmen. Psychic, gotcha. Ooh, I hope we get to learn the fish language, that'd be fun. Well, legend has it that fish mothers occasionally make huge, beautiful pearls. How they make them is probably too gross to think about, but my working theory is, if it has the right kind of fish mother DNA in it, I might be able to reconfigure it to make my own psychic link. I haven't understood basically anything you've said, so that sounds perfectly reasonable. You need me to get one of these pearls? Yeah, the fish mother's lair is down by the river, but the entrance is a sort of organic valve. Oh geez, it's a huge butthole, isn't it? I was gonna say cloaca, but yes, it's a huge butthole that keeps out anything that isn't related to the fish mother. So how do I get in? You aren't gonna like it. I already don't like it. I can make a sort of disguise goop to cover you with? Well, I was expecting disguise poop, honestly, so I'll take it. Swell. How much am I getting paid for this? I don't actually have much meat left after setting up this lab, but maybe the fish mother's lair has some treasure in it? I mean, definitely. The fish mother's lair definitely has a whole lot of great treasure in it. Sure, I'll help. Alright, fine, I guess. Both accepting. Great, in order to make the fishman's disguise goop, I'm gonna need some fishman eggs, about 3 pounds of them, according to my calculations. But if the eggs are in the fish mother's lair, no, the regular fishmen carry them around to keep an eye on them. They'll have a bunch of little hideouts all over the SIT campus and Ocean City, or rather, all under, I should say, since they're mostly in the sewers. Oh, there's manhole covers that have been all over Ocean City that I have not understand why they're there, and it's so weird that they've been recurring as much as they have been. There we have our answer. Well, this just keeps getting better and better. Here, you'll need one of these to open the manhole covers. Okay, I'm not going to start this quest immediately because it's going to be like a dedicated thing that I go do. The antique manhole opener. Modern sewers use a Class C manhole cover, but this tool doesn't work on those. This one is for old-fashioned B-holes. Maybe someday we can work our way all the way back to the A-holes, but hopefully those are more or less gone by this point. Wish me luck. Wait, is that a map from West of Loathing? It probably is. This case full of roaches is awful, and you're not gonna ask Rufus why he has it. Rufus seems to be collecting steam for some reason. Well, if he's found a way to make use of that and power things with it, then that's excellent. Are any of these things I haven't seen before? I don't think so. Basic potions. Again, pretty straightforward, but some might be new. Toilette, slippery lozenge, lumen... I think I've seen half of these. Face thickener. No to all of them for now. A bookcase full of strange science and math books. Take a look. Wow, these books are all way too advanced for me. Actually, there's one in there that's right up your alley. Third shelf, third from the left. You have the order of your bookshelf memorized? I have to memorize it. I don't have to. I understand the principles by which I arrange things, and I never deviate from them. I gotcha. Genius. You look on the third shelf, and sure enough, the third book is eerily relevant to your interests. I'd be curious. There's probably like a principle to that. That's like a method of memorization, like a mind palace thing, but it's just... That seems like it's a quote, or it's pulling from something real rather than just a good joke. It's both, perhaps. Space-time's rainbow. You've been meaning to read this one for a while, you just haven't gotten around to it. Grants a skill, Reality Shift, gain 3 armor against every element. Pretty useful, probably expensive, not that crazy, really. See here, this one doesn't tell me how much it costs. Oh, but I automatically get it, but it doesn't tell me how much I have to spend. You read enough of the book to be able to pretend to read it if anybody asks. Pretend you read it. Sometimes it's about where the cheese isn't. Gain 3 armor against every element once per fight. You could actually read it, but it'd be a lot of work. I refuse. See, yeah, it doesn't tell me. It doesn't tell me how much of that I've actually read, which is kind of strange. I was just seeing if any of these items that I've recently had have anything that says, like, this is what you need in order to... that you can open it or follow up with it in some way. The Human Brain Book. It's dense, requires a real expenditure. What is this one supposed to teach me? Grants a perk, allowing the use of an extra combat item. I haven't really needed that, but I don't have many other places to spend experience these days, so why not? Your brain buzzes with the knowledge of what it means for your brain to buzz with knowledge. You brain, your brain. You've thought your way into a bunch of extra juice in your neural pathways. 1 additional combat item. Your brain then tells you to donate the book to a local library, which you do because you're afraid that if you don't obey your brain, it will use its newfound powers to destroy you. Better safe than sorry. This machine looks dangerous. There's a weird set of mirrors mounted together here. Must be part of some kind of optics experiment. Check your own optics. Oh, I was wondering if because it's fractal or something we could do different things with our face. A scientific vessel of some kind. What is this? A douar. What's a douar? A container for fluids. What kind of fluids? Usually valuable scientific substances? Not that one, no. What's in this one? Absinthe. Oh, can I have it? But sure, if you want. You carefully pack up the douar for transit back to Isabella's place. The absinthe, you're not sure if the point of the douar is to keep dangerous intruders out or the dangerous absinthe in. Yeah, absinthe is a bit much. I've only had it a couple times in my life. It's pretty intense. If the label is to be believed, this is a crate of arcane hot plates. Ask if you can have one. Sure, I've got plenty, and having access to that level of technology will increase the odds that you'll survive helping me. That's very kind of you, not at all self-serving. You grab one of the hot plates before he does some more math and changes his mind. Hot plates are ruined for me because of a sick animation, and I'm trying to think of which one it is. But George Foreman shows up, and he's swinging around a grill? Or someone else is. Maybe it's not George Foreman. We're swinging around, and everyone's like, careful, you're going to burn yourself on that G-form. He just goes, it's not plugged in. And then it zooms in on his face, and he says it again, it's not plugged in. And that's been in my mind forever. Basically, everything in sick animation is so quotable and odd and sticks in your brain. If you've never watched it, Newgrounds, YouTube, doesn't matter. Some of the weirdest shit you'll ever see. They're like 2 to 3 minutes each, but there's like 100 of them. Arcane Hot Plate, a quest item, a portable convenience for chef magi who are bachelors or have been imprisoned for forbidden sorcery. Cook from the comfort of your home. It's a big pile composed of 80% garbage and 20% miscellaneous electric parts. Search for something useful. Hey, we got more lead. 11-in-1 oil. That's very flexible. According to the fine print on the can, 11 of the world's religions are actually part of a larger secret religion understood only by the old man who owns the company that makes this oil. Increase moxie by 1. All of that, it does so little. Search for something else useful. The pocket battery. It's the future. Isn't it time you had those electric pants that they've been promising for so long? Add 1 AP to a pair of pants. That's pretty huge. And gold-plated cable. Rufus apparently discarded this cable after it was chewed on by a rat. Just sell it. And Moxie, right, we have our new energized perk. We have our new combat skill. And I want to follow up on our Moxie. Well, probably I should just swap out something I'm wearing here. Okay, these are all mostly food and potion and things. Are any of these accessory? I did sell a bunch of stuff, so, you know, there's a risk there. Not nearly as good as, where did it go? What the hell was I wearing? Oh, right, I haven't filtered. That's why it's not showing up. But anyway, it should be enough. Search the Proto-Electro Helmet. Magical attacks regenerate an extra 1 AP per round. Oh, that is kind of huge, and it's shockingly modern. This spooky armor, oh, the maximum HP is pretty good, but the extra AP is essentially too big to pass up. Now, which of these I will attach that? It's really clunky looking. You want some nice comfy padding in there. It's a bit much as is. The headband is how I would get the spooky armor back, and then I more or less have everything that I did have before. Armor, magical attacks, HP. Armor, magical attacks, HP, and AP. Slightly less magical attacks, but I believe that was a trade-up. I feel that has gone well for me. The cufflinks is... No, the fairy charm. The fairy charm is what I've been mostly using. Okay. But 11 Moxie, that's like a ways off. I'm not getting to that right away. They have a robot battle arena, which is really funny because I think that's the thing that MIT has. Like, Robot Wars spawns from MIT. I'm fairly certain. We're following up on that a different time, Rufus. I do want to learn how much further this hallway goes. Holy crap. Okay, so there's something below basically everything in this school. Ooh, look at this. The rat waves at you as you approach. Hello, little guy. The rat emits a few squeaks. What's shaking? The rat dashes into his hole and returns holding a tiny piece of cheese. He points at you, sweeps his arm broadly from left to right, then points at the cheese. He stares at you for a few seconds, then eats the crumb. You want me to bring you some cheese? The rat nods and scurries around in a quick little circle. I'll see what I can do. I have had cheese at various points. I don't know what I have right now. The rat looks at you with a hopeful expression on his tiny rat face. I'll give you some squirrel cheese. The rat considers the squirrel cheese. He wrinkles his nose a bit, but eventually decides to keep it. He hauls it into his hole and emerges with a mood ring. The kind of mood rings you're thinking of haven't been invented yet, and you're not sure how that makes you feel. Probably it makes you feel a different way every time you walk into a new room. Constantly change your mood. I'm assuming my face would just change with every room. Thanks. Sorry about the whole squirrel thing. The rat squeaks as if to say, no problem. I'll conjure up some cheese. You got an item, conjured cheese. Some cheese you made out of the curds and whey of the cosmos. And I hand it over. The rat sniffs the cheese and makes a few delighted squeaking noises. He drags the cheese into the hole and emerges with the scabrous ring. This ring makes it look like your finger got cut off and is sloppily reattached. Renders you immune to bleeding. That's gross. It might be useful someday. I'm not going to use that one right away. I guess I'm going to explore this other side of the room a little bit more because I'm not sure if this is a circle. I don't remember how far I'll sneak over there. Of course, I'm not going to just walk over willy-nilly without too many risks attached there. It is a circle. That's a little bit of a relief considering just the size of things. Check out the ridiculousness of my to-do list all of a sudden. I need to graduate, complete chemicals, complete phys ed, make the chrome polish, that's still part of the chemical one, find the phys ed classroom. I think I have seen it, I just haven't gone in. If you're having trouble at college, you can always try to get some help at the library. Okay, those are all the main things. The side quests, shake up the cans of paint at Valley Hardware. Did I never do that? And collect eggs from the fishmen. Again, that's not something I plan to do right away. Valley Hardware. Valley Hardware is Ocean City. I'm gonna do a couple odd little ends and things. I should really try and catch up on comments because people tend to tell me, and I want you to tell me, when I'm overlooking storylines, like when I allow them to drop off or leave them when they're partially incomplete. I just clicked on the wrong thing there. The hardware store. Yeah, so if I need to come back to any of these, it is helpful for you guys to tell me. I just have to catch up on a few things here. Push a big tree out of the way. Minimal gained experience. What do you need me to do with your paint cans? Or like, how do you want me to shake them? Oh, I just had to walk over to the shelf and do it. Is that all it was? Paints in all the seasons. I can't believe this is a quest. Paints in all the seasons, trendiest patented colors, kiwi, purple, zucchini, black, all the goofy ones. You give all the paint cans a vigorous shaking. The proprietor nods his thanks. But is that it? Oh, they're randomized every time. That's very funny. But is that done? Is that all you needed me to do? He was great. Excellent. Thank you. What do you have for sale? Did I expand that in some way? I'll buy another fuse now that I've used that one up, apparently. What in the heck? Do I not own steel-toed boots? I really would have assumed that I owned everything. Oh, I don't. Well, hook me up, man. A pair of boots that I don't yet have? That went poorly. Too much clicking. You can have one of those back. Wait, but now it says I have none again. You have two already. Oh, the battery. Oh, that's what happened. Okay, stupid waste of meat. Stupid me. And clunking my way around. I swear I did have those at some point, and, you know, as I traded them away, sold them, whatever the heck I might have done. I like the sneakers, though. I'm going back to the sneakers, and I did want to go to Ocean City, not necessarily right away. I think there's like a handful of things that I could be doing, like the Fishman and whatnot. I mostly just wanted to go back to my room and potentially just check in. You know, no one's got anything new to say there. Charles, maybe ask about the bandages? What bandages? Did Mary leave a crate of antique bandages in the back somewhere? Oh, that did come up, but I barely know how long. That was forever ago. Yeah, say, how did you know that? It's a long story. Actually, it's a pretty short story, but it's one that makes me sound insane. Can I have them? Is this a time travel thing? He goes in the back with the all too familiar crate. A dusty old crate of stinking bandages. Thanks, don't mention it. Blah, blah, blah. Open the bandages. You pry the lid off the crate. Most of the bandages have disintegrated, but you have half a dozen that are still intact. That was a quest item, so I don't really know if I was supposed to keep it and give it to someone. I forget, but now I have this. They don't make these things like they used to, probably because it turns out they're like 75% poison. That is true of just about everything from other time periods. You set up the hot plate. Convenience. Thy name is science. Ooh, okay, I can just cook food here. That's handy. A glow nut, that's new, I think. Refried bread. Basic things, an Oblivion burger. I will do nothing, but that is handy to be able to do that just straight out of my home now. And I swear there was one more place that someone sent me. Oh, the bar. I had more than one reason to go with the bar. That was the other thing I had in mind before I go deep down any other paths. I found some absinthe. This will attract some dour artsy types. I love it. Order a drink. It adds mysticality and moxie. Pretty good. I'll stick with the beer. The beer is really handy. Who do I talk to get my, like, share? Don't I have a cut in this bar? And every time I go and talk to them, they give me money. A gauze pad and some charcoal. That's all, like, well and good. Nice to have. Dan, you holding out on me here? Could have sworn I was fully confident that was the thing. Do I own a stake in anything else? I don't think I do. Maybe that's it. Strange. I had such confidence. Hey, Bertram's Bakery. I may have had to wait a day for this to be set up, so I think this might actually be new. One of those newfangled automatic toasting machines. I guess I should have introduced myself first. Yep, I knew it. It'll be a real time saver if it wasn't such a tricky contraption. Getting the settings right is driving me crazy. You want a slice? I'll give you one for free because there's no guarantee of edibility. Sure. He puts a slice of bread into the machine, pushes down a lever, and after a minute a blackened shard of toast pops out. Slice of burnt toast. Still smoldering. Sorry, gonna have to twiddle the knobs some more. Thanks anyways. Bertram. I'm a friend of Charles. Well, heck, call me Bert. Pleased as punch to meet ya. Any friend of Charles is a friend of mine. In fact, I'll give you the friend discount. Wow, really? Sure, just assume that all my prices would be 10% higher if we weren't friends. Great, what's for sale? Crusty Roll, the mana-enriched flour, which I have needed. I think I needed 3 of them. Somewhere. The pumpernickel, burnt toast, and frozen toast. How did a single machine manage to even do that to a slice of bread? I don't know. Oh, okay. Say, you wouldn't happen to have 150 pounds of sugar I could borrow, would you? Let me think. No, but I do think I know where to get some. Well, shucks. If you do find 150 pounds of sugar lying around somewhere, you let me know. Sure, I'll do that. And let me ask you about your pies. This sign on these pies says not for sale. That's bullshit, Bert, that you would hold out on me like that. I've already gotten your free toast for today. Best not to be greedy, especially when it was terrible. Well, maybe he'll improve with time. The more that we come back, and the adjustments will get a little better, and sooner or later he'll have everything he needs. This episode, I think, is running long at this stage, but I'm running back ahead to here in order to use their special oven to make the dough baby. This is what I was coming back for. I've been trying to build up to this for so long. I'm happy to finally cross that off. You carefully follow the recipe and whip up a little dough baby. Give it a name. Here we go. Another excuse to consult the Patreon. Andre. Andre has been a supporter for a notably long time. And so in that random draw, that feels like it worked out nicely. Andre the dough baby, you made a friend. Heals its owner. Let's go. Do you know what? I'm gonna equip Andre right away. Give them a chance to really raise their skill. You know, it's not as good as the mosquito, but we'll give them a chance. We'll give them a chance. Poor little baby. Prove themselves. Don't want to be too judgmental there. Thank you all so much for watching. Episode Title Me Up, if you please. I'm probably gonna go back down to that basement. I think there was a lot left to do down there, and a lot more of a campus to explore. Possibilities. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.